Time of Game is a segment where we bring on a gamer to share one of their life stories that kind of involves gaming. It's a look into their personal life, but the personal life of a gamer. Unicorn Gaming.
Personal life of a gamer.
What is your time of game?
Mine is the months of Dark Souls.
Ooh.
So, let me set the scene. This is me back in university, back in a small little inbred town known as Aberystwyth in Wales, where pretty much all there is to do is get drunk and have promiscuous sex. That's pretty much about it, because any other civilization is well over an hour away.
You just described like 96% of the planet, I think.
Pretty much. But of course, I was the cool kid, so I decided to sit in my room and play video games and do pretty much nothing else.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like that's also 99% of the new world, you know?
it is now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was going through Dark Souls, doing my thing, farming some souls in the Grand Archives. Now, I've been at this for a while, you know, well over an hour. And any of you that have played Dark Souls, you know the Grand Archives has a lot of higher places with deadly drops.
All right.
And they do kind of require some skill to traverse. Well, because I'm so elite, I had no issue with those. For me, it was the lift. The lift that got me.
I'm
I
sorry.
died previously.
What's a lift?
I do apologise. An elevator.
Oh my
Okay.
God, Brian, don't do this to
What?
our foreign guests. Jesus.
I'm from the South. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do
lift.
apologise.
The lift. Whoop, whoop. For those
So
of you
anyway.
guys listening, I'm currently raising my hand to show it lifting and lowering for Brian.
I totally get it now. Before I was confused.
Mind blown.
Surely go into teaching.
Okay, so the
Definitely.
lift. So you met the lift.
Yes. So in Dark Souls, when you die, you can go back and pick up your souls.
Right.
So I died in there. I think it was some of the mobs had just ganged up on me and I messed up. So I'd gone through, ran back from the spawn point to go and get them. But as you go up to the elevator, it doesn't bring it back down, even when you die. I hadn't thought about this. So naturally, I run straight into the elevator shaft, think it's going to be there. And what do? I fall to my death.
Yeah.
Lost around 112,000 souls. Now, when you're going for your first playthrough, that's about 20 levels worth of souls.
Yeah.
So, let's just say I was a little pissed. My controller at the time, I had to get rid of it, had teeth marks in it, and the bumpers
you
didn't
ate
work. I full took out my rage on it. It was the controller's fault, not mine. You know, if it wasn't a knockoff one off eBay, I would have written a complaint. So yeah, naturally, there's obviously a lot of swearing going on. So when the coast was clear, I heard a knock at my door because obviously one of my housemates had overheard this. I lived with 7 other people in my second year
Oh, wow.
because obviously
Okay.
everyone, as you know, if you're going to university, you're piss poor, so you're all sleeping in the cupboards.
Right. So you're
I
in your
literally
room,
was.
screaming. They hear something like, sounds like a giant rodent gnawing on something hard, and then you hear a knock.
Pretty much.
Okay, gotcha. Wait, I'm with you.
So yes, and it was my housemate. Well, first of all, I was talking about the cupboard in my room. Mine literally was, I could fit a single bed across, no other room. And then the bed, desk, and a wardrobe, that was it. You could get nothing else in there.
Nice.
Did you
was
have
paying-
to?
The lap of
do you
luxury.
have any floor room next to your bed, or did you just like kind of like crawl onto your bed and then like you had
Pretty much
to
crawled onto it.
Oh wow, cool.
It was awful, especially with the chair. But the bonus was, heating was cheap because I was using a 32-inch TV. And that made the room so warm. It was an issue. And the only benefit of it was,
Right side of life.
well, exactly. We live right on the coast. So I literally had to roll over and I could see out to the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So that was a
nice.
bonus.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
But anyway, knock at the door. it was my housemate, Kenise, Maltese girl. Beautiful, long brown hair, tanned complexion, could pull off a red lip. So, you were jealous.
Oh, yeah. I'm jealous right now.
Me too.
Exactly. Me too. She decided, you know what, I can tell Uni's pissed. So let's go and see if we can get Uni drunk. She'd been invited to a rugby social. That was fancy dress. Mm-hmm. First of all, she didn't play rugby. Let's say the rugby players played with her.
Oh, whoa.
She'd been around.
Red lip.
She lived up to the red lip. So no, but lucky enough, I knew a lot of the rugby lot because I used to do first aid for their games because I was part of the first aid team. So I usually knew them either on the floor bleeding, something dislocated, or a bone poking out. That was my usual interaction with them. Always entertaining.
Natural.
And so say the worst thing ever seen is a shin bone poking out the skin.
That
That
seems
will
like
make
it needs
you
more than just like first aid. I don't know if first aid is used differently.
We kind of talked about what to do, but none of us wanted to touch it.
I have a bandage.
Hey, so this is
I
about my
don't know if that's going to work here.
Would you
wrap
like
it.
an ice pack for it?
I know.
Would that work? So I was down to clown, ready to get shit-faced, put on this exact unicorn onesie.
No,
I've had
you
it for
did
Lord
not.
knows how long now. This exact unicorn onesie.
Oh, my
The amount of
goodness.
vomit this has been covered in.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
I am so proud of you. For those listening, Unicorn Gaming is a full-blooded unicorn and is currently in a beautiful pink and white unicorn onesie. So it's glorious.
With wings on the back of it.
With wings. Oh, so like a Pegasus unicorn, which is even more
Ooh.
rare.
Even more magical.
Yes.
So yeah. Now, if you ever drunk with like rugby lot, it's usually a competition of who can drink the most. And naturally, most of them averaging at 6'2", towered over me. I'm a measly 5'10". So it pretty much ended with me consuming 23 Sambuca shots. This is me being
What?
informed. I do not remember. There's more. My usual go-to poison, which was a triple vodka, lime cordial and lemonade. I had 3 of those. And then several pints of cider. We kind of lost count after a while. So as you can tell, I've been mixing. I am ruined.
Yeah.
Do not remember any of it. Anything I've been told has been told to me by people.
And unicorns normally just eat like cotton candy and grass, so this is
Cotton
very
candy, grass, and
strange.
ice cream.
Yeah, this is very strange, right?
So yeah. After all this, my most recent recollection is waking up to some 6'7" Chewbacca partially on top of me. Naked.
Ooh.
Oh.
Literally.
Was he doing push-ups?
Because naturally. We'd been doing something physical.
Right.
I wouldn't call
okay.
it push-ups.
Oh.
There's certainly some pushing. Anywho. So, obviously, normal situation. Totally wasn't stressed. Wondering where I was. After an awkwardly waking up, we chatted. So that's the start. And the thing that was odd about it is, because you have like a usual hookup, you pretty much go there, do it, and you're gone. Never talk to each other ever again.
Right.
He made me breakfast in bed. Let me stay over when he went to lecture to sleep off my hangover, and then came back. And then we chatted some more. And that's what was really weird. So naturally we exchanged numbers. We seem to have hit it off.
Right.
Someone's stealing your M&Ms again. So yeah, we changed numbers, went our separate ways. A few days later, to my surprise, I think I was actually still playing Dark Souls this time. 'Cause literally, as soon as I get into a game, I no life it. So a few days passed, and I received a text off him asking if we want to get something to eat. Now, as you know, if you've ever been a student, you're piss poor, so you try and find the cheapest alternative. Now in the UK, there's a restaurant chain called Wetherspoons. They do your standard like slap up pub food. So you've got like your burgers, your fish and chips, all that kind of crap. So obviously we were there along with every other Tom, Dick and Harry student because that's all we can afford if we want to go out and be fancy. Otherwise it's noodles and toast.
So you're on
So this
a
went on
super
for-
classy date at
Feeling very fancy.
Wetherspoon with Dan, the push-up boy.
The push-up Chewbacca.
Yeah, got it.
Dan, not his real name. Just that's his imaginary name.
So this went on for a few weeks. You know, all lovey-dovey. And then he asked, you know, let's make this a bit more serious. So we do, you know, 6 months of the full honeymoon period. Flowers, breakfast in bed, you know, full-blown triple X sessions. The whole kit and caboodle. But the main thing that kept us entertained was that I found out that he was also a lover of Dark Souls 2 and also a PC player, which is really rare,
Right.
shockingly enough. So we'd end up playing it together, going through all the old ones with, and if you ever played the first one, you know how hard that is to do fucking co-op because it's so buggy. And then we do a lot of PvP in Dark Souls 3, which really piss off people because they wouldn't expect 2 people. So anyway, this goes on for 6 months, you know, amazing. Suddenly I get a text off him and we need to talk.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So, completely confused because I thought it might be something a bit bigger because, shockingly enough, and yes, judge me what you will, we were young, dumb and full of dreams. We'd had looked at engagement rings.
Aw.
He comes over to tell me that it's not working. Being completely shocked and thrown off, out come the tears. Naturally, you know. So we exchange our things that we gave to each other. One that I gave him for his birthday was a Ralph Lauren wallet, and the fucker thought he can keep it. I don't fucking think so. I've literally just got rid of it because it got a hole in it. Actually, it was expensive and really nice. But the one thing that upset me the most, I had to give back his Drake hoodie. And Drake makes hoodies where they're super long in body. So for me, it went down to my knees. I loved it because I could just wear that and do nothing else for the day. But through all this, I never asked why. Why the breakup?
Yeah.
And naturally, you know, they say to me, because I thought, what did I do? What was wrong with me?
Right.
Which, you know, understandable when you're a psychopath. But he wasn't giving up the good. Like, he wasn't telling me why. So anyway, summer holiday had gone. We were back at uni. We'd all had a break and everything. While studying in the university library, I bumped into one of his friends. Let's call her Steph. I used to get on with her quite well. We got talking and she was giving the goods.
Right.
So straight after we broke up,
We do.
stick together. I'd been informed straight after breaking up with me, he was in another relationship with a girl. And who did this girl turn out to be? Kenise,
Oh no.
my housemate from the previous year,
With the red lipstick?
with the red lipstick,
That
the tan
motherfucker.
complexion.
No.
And the thing is, that's what threw me off the most. She was this gorgeous woman, you know, all the looks, all the intelligence. She was a politics student. She was going far. He was a business student. I mean, he had the height, the 6'4", but not being horrible. He didn't have the looks, but he's an absolute sweetheart, so he made up for it. I'm not that shallow.
Gotcha. Writing this down. Not
Nope.
that shallow.
Sometimes. But the thing was, he came from money. A lot of money.
Yeah.
Like,
Is
he
this
was
like
a year
Romeo
younger than
and
me.
Juliet type of thing, or like, well, no, because they both had money.
Yeah, they were
What is
both
this
really
money?
rich.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, he was a year younger than me
Mm-hmm.
and drove an Audi.
Nice.
People my age at that time drove their feet.
Okay, wait a second.
That's what we could afford.
Wait a second.
Fred
He drove
Flintstone
an
in it.
Audi and he took you to Witherspoon's for your first date?
Yeah.
How dare he?
What a
I'm just kidding.
motherfucker.
No.
I'm just kidding. But
You're way better off.
Definitely. Been single ever since. Totally not eating me up. So yeah. So my thought was that must have appealed to her. Because she came from Malta. Malta's a very small place.
Mm-hmm.
Not super rich, but you know. So there was that.
Right.
I'd found out that they'd been doing it behind my back.
Oh,
So
no.
they hadn't even waited until they were over. So this Steph girl, she got dinner. She got dinner.
Oh, she got Witherspoon.
She got paid for her info.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it. Money can't buy class.
Really can't. But then I found out that over the summer holiday, they'd met each other's parents. He'd flown her to America because he was half American, half Sicilian. Very adamant about it. I was like, cool, you're in the middle of fucking back-ass nowhere in Wales. No one gives a fuck where you're from, mate. And he'd gone to Malta to meet hers. So obviously things are getting a bit serious. I still have yet to find out what they're doing now, or even if they're a thing anymore.
Hopefully they have miserable lives.
Hopefully.
They got fat
hopefully.
and disgusting, and they just look at each other and have nothing to
Had
talk
ugly
about.
babies. So that got me a lot because when we were dating, even talking about engagement rings, still wouldn't introduce me to his parents, still wouldn't meet my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right. Mm-hmm. But what she'd also told me, because obviously naturally when we started dating, I thought he was bisexual. Mm-hmm. Turns out, while also the reason he was diddling Kenise was because he didn't like the diddling. I don't want to be too
Love the
vulgar.
term diddling.
It's very nice.
Great term.
It's a very adorable way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To diddle people, you know.
To diddle.
But that brain fart.
No, you're saying that.
Yes.
That while he was diddling Kenise.
Yes. I keep having brain farts.
Oh, it's okay.
Let me have a snifter of my drink. See if that wakes me up.
No, you're fine. So you guys have been seeing each other. They've been sleeping around together behind your back.
Yes, the reason why he turned to Kenise. Mm-hmm. When I started dating him, he was bisexual. You know the whole stigma, bisexual can't be trusted, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately, he lived up to that.
Right.
He decided he didn't want to date me anymore because he decided he only liked lady bits now. All of a sudden.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry.
So, I know. So, that didn't really get to me because I was like, okay, that's something that I can't change. You know, that's fine. But anyway, all that happened, went on, finished university, got a degree, now work in retail with a degree. You know, logic.
Do you still have your love for Dark Souls 3, though, or is it completely ruined?
Well, that's the thing. I wasn't able to touch it for a while until recently. I did go back to it. Mm-hmm. However, karma seems to have bit me in the ass somewhat. Because I went back to it and I found out from our PvP days, I was being reported for hacking. I had found...
No.
So when I logged in, because I thought, you know what, it's over and done with, going to go over it. Let's play this game again, because I loved it. Mm-hmm. Went in, and it told me my account was under investigation. So it meant I had to delete all of my saved data.
Oh, it's awful.
I'd put 500 hours into this game.
No.
So there's a lot of shit to lose. But however, it made me realise that now I am getting my completely new clean slate.
Nice.
That is so true, though. Fuck that Diddly Dan.
Diddly Dan.
Fuck them all.
You know what, though? I totally get that. Like, I feel like that cliche that's out there, it doesn't exist for every single person, but it definitely does exist for certain people that are exploring, and they're trying to figure out what their preferences are, and they're not ashamed to like kind of do that exploration. But when you're that young, you just kind of do that, and you don't necessarily think about who you're doing that to, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's really, really unfortunate, and really like really difficult, you know, for the other person that has a better control over what they want and like what they're looking for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel that. But yeah, so you have picked it up, you had to start all back over. Are you still able to prevent yourself from falling off of these ledges because you are elite?
Too late.
Too elite.
I might have fallen off once.
Gotcha.
Duh.
Might fall off once.
Once. That's
But,
just to make people feel better about themselves. Though. Let's be real. You're like, I'll fall off so that all of you plebs can feel welcomed into this world. You know?
Feels okay to not be late.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't know.
Exactly. So you haven't kept up with them or anything, but it sounds
No.
like Dark Souls
I kept them all
brought you
blocked.
together. You've moved on, but Dark Souls has still stayed apart.
Yeah.
It has
Dark Souls always been there for me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, awesome.
Well, thank you for
so much, dude.
sharing the time of
Well,
the game.
thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
That was a good one.
It was very diddly. Unicorn Gaming.
I diddly do like it. You know what's weird is before you even joined, like tonight, because we do we meet up a little bit before the broadcast. But I swear to God, Brian, tonight didn't I say diddly something to
Yes,
you?
you did.
I
You totally did.
I was just saying like diddly to Brian. Like I was just like, hey, we want to diddly do what? But I didn't mean that. I wasn't talking about like it being like diddling. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I was just.
No one took it like that.
I think I was dead flandering, but like
There's just a lot of
now-
diddling in the universe right now.
But
It's just
now that I
Gotcha.
think
Diddling.
about this though for a second. When you think about Ned Flanders from The Simpsons and how much diddling he did. It
Yeah.
was disgusting. He did too much diddling. That's all he did was diddle.
what are we
Disgusting
talking
man.
about? All
Yeah.
right.
Diddler.
You can find Unicorn Gaming on beam.pro /UnicornGaming or on Twitter at UnicornGaming93. That's going to do it for episode 15 of the Backspace Nomads podcast. Thanks for checking us out and hanging out. You can find us on Twitter at Backspace Nomads or our blog, backspacenomads.blog. See you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everybody.